passion. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of working.
So that was a small snippet of things. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Almanac. Okay, I'm gonna definitely check that out. Oh, that's crazy. It's named Almanac too, because in Almanac like the actual like sports book. That's crazy. Like the actual sports book and shit where you predict what's gonna happen. I wonder if people even had those anymore. Yo, when I seen this, I was like, okay, I need my people that, have been around people. I don't mean to say this the wrong way, but my people that have been around people that do drugs, like the hard shit. Can y'all not see? Yeah, I heard he crashed out over Selena Gomez. We're gonna watch that in a second. We're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch this whole thing here. We're gonna watch the whole 15-minute joint. But y'all can see, my man's is not going through. My man's is not doing well right now. Man's is not doing well right now. And we are also nearing that time. Remember, it's April now. It's April, okay? We are nearing the time that Sloan Bella literally said around this time Justin was going to be going through the motions and the transition and starting to pass. It was going to be where he either overdosed or something in that nature is going to happen to him soon, within these next couple of months. Sloan Bella literally said that. Within these next couple of months, around this time, something is due to happen to Justin Bieber. Within these next few months, unfortunately, something is due to happen to him. So let's look at the entire live in case we missed anything. Because I want to see if we missed anything. Because I can't say it's just weed. I for one can't say this is just weed. Justin, you better not. Oh, hell no. I heard that. Just listen. I know things you going through it, Justin. I don't ever want to hear you do any type of Young Thug flow. I don't ever want to hear that out of you. Yes, but the sad thing is he didn't realize it was a Church of Scientology. That's the fucked up part. Yes, he's in church, but it's not the church he wanted to be in. He's in the church, unfortunately, of Scientology because of his wife, unfortunately. Exactly, his handler, Haley. not gonna lie. This is hard to listen to. This is very hard to listen to, because as I am listening to it, I have to keep looking at the screen to say, this is Justin Bieber, right? Jay Williams said his head nods is 2 business days late. Now come on, now you know white people don't got no damn rhythm. You know white people don't have no type of head bop rhythm. They just never have. They are always on the 3. You know they always that joke. White people are always on the 3 count. We always on the 4 count. We on the 2 and the 4 count. White people always on the 1 and the 3. You never notice that? When they dance, they always on the damn 1 and the 3. We always on the 2 and the 4 on beat. God damn it, that's why. That's exactly why. Oh my goodness, we going to hell. Dude, this is just hard as fuck to listen to. Oh goodness, we only threw a quarter through it. Lord have mercy, help me. Unfortunately, Medusa, that is him singing. Or whatever he's doing. Yes, this is a little. Considering this is March 29th, this is heavily Playboy Cardi influenced. Because his album just came out. This is heavily Playboy Cardi influenced. I don't understand what I'm listening to right now. This is why I have stopped indulging in looking for new music. Because if I find this, I'm plugging my ears. Y'all see them eyes. Y'all see those eyes. You can literally see it in this. God damn. It's like, I know we're joking, but this is a sad picture. This is a sad frame right here. Like, this is a very sad picture right here. Just this little pause right. God damn, Justin. It's tugging at my heartstrings here. This shot is tugging at my heartstrings here. When you just know somebody's about to go, you know? When you just know. When you just know somebody's about to go. Like, this is like not even just the end of days part, just the damn. Because does he not look so alone even though he has a whole wife? Does he not look still so alone right here in this shot? That's what I'm saying. That's the look of a broken man, yo. I can't even say he in the zone focused with the music. I can't even say that. That's not focused in the music right now. Possibly. You know how that's always how they leave him. In a bathtub or something like that, or jumped out of the window or something like that, or he just slumped on drugs, OD'd, and I hate it. I hate it. As I said, this picture right here just lets me know that what Sloan Bella was saying is coming to fruition, unfortunately. Yes, he has family, but that's the thing. You saw the dad in the clip. Yeah, I saw the dad in the clip with Justin Bieber. The dad with Scooter Braun. They pretty much they work hand in hand. The dad and Scooter Braun. The parents did the same thing. The same thing. Put it like this, right? Yeah, the same way y'all just said with Usher's parents. Blame the mom with Usher. Same thing with Bieber. Same thing with all of these kid stars. Same thing with all of the child stars. You blame these parents for letting them even be in this world. These kids were sold off to the industry. What parent lets Diddy take their custody of their kid for 48 hours? That's what his family is, unfortunately. His family is right there watching him go through this shit. But because he has millions of dollars to keep them happy, they don't give a fuck. That is the unfortunate, sad part of being a rich young star. If you are going through it, your family being happy with the millions of dollars that you've acquired that make them happy might not give a fuck that you are going through this right now. Because when you gone, they already know where the money's going. It ain't with you. It ain't with you. That's the unfortunate part about Bieber right now. I think that's what that look on his face is right now. That, damn, does anybody even really care about me? That's the look he has right now. Man, this is a fucked up picture to look at. Okay, so this is the song that's about Selena Gomez that everybody was talking about.
I just wanna take my daddy. How the fuck you get their reaction? How the fuck are you gonna get any action? How the fuck am I gonna get any action? If I gonna keep reacting, how am I gonna get dancing? I just think it's my passion. I just think it's my passion. I just think I'm sick and tired of hurting you, baby. I'm sick and tired of working you, baby. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick of you deserting me, baby. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of working lately. I'm sick and tired of hurting. I'm sick and tired of hurting lately. I think it's just a passion. I don't think I'm liking nothing. I just think it's a passion. I don't think I'm liking nothing. I don't think that wait. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. No. You can pissed off at me. I can take you pissed off at me. I can take you pissed off at me. I can take you pissed off at me. You just wanna lift off at me. I can see you lift off at me. You just wanna pop off at me. I just wanna take my daddy. How the fuck you get their reaction? How the fuck are you gonna get any action? How the fuck am I gonna get any action? If I gonna keep reacting, how am I gonna get dancing? I think it's just my passion. I just think it's my passion. I just think I'm sick and tired of hurting you, baby. I'm sick and tired of working you, baby. I'm sick and tired of I'm sick of you deserting me, baby. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of working, baby. I'm sick and tired of hurting. I'm sick and tired of hurting you, baby. I'm sick and tired of passion.
He started to mean that shit. I'm sick and tired of working. I'm sick and tired of hurting.
I think it's just a passion. I think it's just a passion. I don't think I'm happy. I don't think wait. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. can't do it, no, I can't lie. Then I'm on call, this son of a bitch, and I can't lie. I've been doing way too much, God. I've been doing way too much, God. I've been doing too much, God. You're the best. You're the best for me. You ain't never met nobody like me. Yeah, step up in that bitch, I'm so crazy. You ain't never met nobody like me. Yeah, you see me so fresh, it's so crazy. You ain't never met nobody like me. You ain't never met nobody like me. Yeah, step up in that bitch, I'm so crazy. Yeah, step up in that bitch, I'm so crazy. You ain't never met nobody like me. You ain't never met nobody like me. You ain't never met nobody like me. Yeah, step up in that bitch, I'm so sweet. Yeah, get up in that bitch, I'm so sweet, so sweet. Step up in that shit, I'm so deep. You ain't never met nobody like me. You ain't never met nobody like me. You ain't never met nobody like me. Yeah, step up in that bitch, I'm so clean, I'm so clean. Yeah, step up in that shit, I'm so clean, I'm so clean. Yeah, step up in that shit, I'm this is like, step up in that shit, it's like, this is like. Yeah, I said it like a cool, never thought of it. Yeah, I got it, bitch, you gotta know I got it. Yeah, I got this shit, I did it, but I got it. Yeah, I got it, I did it, but I got it. We do it, yeah, I did it, so cool, yeah. Yeah, you see me, yeah, I did it, but I did it, yeah. Yeah, I got it, so cool, I don't see it, yeah. And I got the girls standing in the city, yeah. So sweet, so sweet, so sweet.
It damn sure isn't. It damn sure isn't worth it. Straight from DC, what's going on? I think that was the end of it. Yeah. All right. So if you don't remember, like I said, Sloan Bellahead did a video on Justin saying that he needed our prayers. But this is something I had found also an article, and this is but 2 years ago. Just before they were inducted, I guess. Says Scientology aims to make Justin a true believer. The celeb-loving Church of Scientology is desperate to beef up its A-list ranks with young coverts, and Justin Bieber and wife Hailey are at the top of their wish list, insiders claim. Pop Prince Justin, 29, and model Hailey are devout Christians who currently worship at Church Home, a Beverly Hills megachurch that drawn the glittery, including Kourtney Kardashian, football star Russell Wilson, and his pop star wife Ciara, and Justin's former girlfriend Selena Gomez to its Sunday services. But an insider tells the National Enquirer Scientology members have been approaching the couple to reel them into their ranks. That was just 2 years ago. Yes, very much so. I'm pretty sure he would be happier just being a regular kid in Canada at this point. It's like even in this picture, you could tell he was on something. Crazy what Hollywood does to you. But like I said, if you guys don't remember, let me bring you guys up to speed and play this video real quick.
Hi everyone, I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com, and I am back with another energetically channeled, much requested video. Now I had somebody else in mind for today who really wants to come through, which I will bring through later in the week. And the person that I'm talking about today is very prevalent in the news right now due to the circumstances
Fanto, what's going on?
around somebody, two people actually, possibly more, that he mentored under as a young man as he was coming up in the music industry. And there's great concern for his health and mental well-being at the moment after just having a baby, given the circumstances of the people that fostered him into the industry and what's going on with them. I'm talking about Justin Bieber, and I felt like if I didn't do his video right now, I wouldn't get a chance to do it. So there was an imperativeness to me wanting to do this video. I shoved off a bunch of meetings. I pushed everything aside, and I'm like, I have to film this. And I started saying it last week, so I'm finally sitting down to do it today. Now, Justin Bieber was born on March 1st of 1994 in London, Ontario, Canada, at 12:56 a.m. Now, I'm very familiar with where he was born. I went to private school in St. Thomas, Ontario, which is just outside of London, Ontario. And it is it's a city, but it's a rural area. So those kinds of...
Don't you dare mention Tommy Richmond in this damn chat. That damn waste of talent. Goddamn. Oh, don't you get me started, Phantom.
Areas in Canada have nothing in comparison to American cities like New York and Los Angeles, which are just full of people. So Justin was born then. So I put his chart together and I want to discuss it really briefly. I found it fascinating because he's a Pisces sun, and that's difficult in and of itself because a Pisces sun, any person born under the sun sign of Pisces is completing lifetime after lifetime and family patterning cycles in this life. That's why they are a Pisces. And they have so many different reflective personalities because they go through each and every sign, the 11 prior to them, at any given moment to work the energy out so that they can come through and move in a different direction the next time they come back to this dimension, in theory. So astrology, of course, is premised on the belief that we reincarnate in and out of different lifetimes. So for a Pisces, it's very intense because it is accumulation of many lifetimes in one lifetime. Now, the first thing I see with Justin is that he has a stellium, 3 or more planets in the same sign. Saturn is in Pisces. That's a very difficult Saturn position. Saturn is in Pisces and it is conjuncting the sun. Now, the sun is conjuncting Venus. Saturn conjunct the sun is problematic in and of itself just by its very nature because it brings the past karma of the father's ancestors, so the male side of the family, into the child's direct responses in this lifetime. Does not matter if the child is male or female, that is just what happens. And Saturn in Pisces is one of two things. It is incredibly perfectionistic or incredibly broken. So there's nothing in between with Saturn and Pisces. You will have people that are the top of their field and the best in their field, and then you will have people that are basically homeless and like sleeping on the ground. It is nothing in between of any generation born with Saturn in Pisces. They have to come, the whole karma of Saturn in Pisces, well, not the whole karma, but a lot of the karma of Saturn in Pisces is to assimilate the dark with the light, the good with the bad, and to run on practical application of how they respond in this world. And it can be very difficult for them because they can get sidetracked. Saturn conjuncting the sun immediately tempers the energy of the person with inherited depression. Okay, so there is an inheriting of energy, karma, and also depression, just depression. Like, how do we feel about things? Why do we feel the way we do? And do we feel good about it? Saturn on the sun squashes that joyfulness of the sun. And with a sun in Pisces, it's already, the person is already aware of what is underneath the sun and what hides in the dark, because they walk the veil in between both, all Pisces people. The other thing that I found fascinating is he has Mars conjuncting Saturn, again, the karma of the father, the sins of the father. Saturn, 7 generations back, literally, figuratively and literally in his case.
Look at that. The sins of the father. What did I just mention? Who's he? Scooter Braun and his dad are fucking in cahoot. I just said that shit.
We have Mars conjuncting Mercury. Both are in Aquarius. So the Mars is conjunct the Saturn. It's 8 degrees and it's in a different sign. And it's sliding along in the same house. So it's interesting because it's never far from his thinking. Now, Mercury in Aquarius should be very out of this world, you know, just energy, electrical. Justin was born with Mercury retrograde. Now, people who don't know astrology, you'll hear them online going, watch your electronics, Mercury retrograde, confusion. That's not what Mercury retrograde is. It can be given the sign that it's in. Okay, given the sign that it's in, it can be a whole bunch of things pertaining to this particular sign the person is born with, or what it's transiting in this particular instance, any given time during the year. However, in Justin's case, Mercury is in Aquarius. It's conjuncting Mars. Okay, so the father again, and the way that Justin expresses himself and his masculinity, but it is retrograde. So what is Mercury retrograde? Mercury retrograde, and keep in mind, it's in Aquarius. Aquarius connects to the energy of helping people pursue and follow their dreams and goals. So Justin has Mercury in that area. So he has followed his own dreams and goals. But whose dreams and goals are those really? Conjuncting Mars.
It's a reflection of his past, basically, or a reflection of his family's history, pretty much.
The father, ancestors. Ancestrally down the line, this is what we had planned for you. And it can also be off the grid, meaning on the other side, it's what's planned for him. What he does with it, with his free will, even though he's confined with that Saturn and bound with that.
She definitely is a star seed. I'll say that, Medusa. She's a star seed. She said my spirit just jumped. She ain't human. Because blood is right. I forgot what star seed exactly she is. But yes, I will definitely agree with you on that part, because of how she is able to connect between our world and the other side so easily. She's very, like, I almost put it like this, right? When I do my Michael Jackson one, she's going to be included, because she was able to talk to Mike's spirit. And the shit she uncovered, I said, you got it. Because she helped me with Nip. If y'all don't remember who this is, of course, this is the lady that pretty much predicted what was going to happen with Diddy. This is the lady that predicted everything with the timeline with Diddy. I'm talking about down the middle. She predicted the whole shit by channeling Kim Porter and talking to her. This is the lady that predicted Diddy's timeline right now. Predicted when the raid was going to happen, when the nigga was going to court, when he'd be arrested. She everything. So, like I said, yeah, when I do my Michael Jackson one, when she connected with him, she's connected with Nip Spirit, she's connected with a few different people. But Takeoff, even she even connected with Takeoff Spirit. But yeah, I'm gonna let it continue now, but just wanted to emphasize who you guys are even listening to right now. If you guys don't remember or know who this is,
Saturn is still up to him within the context, even if he does something bad. And before I go on about Mercury retrograde, I want to say you don't have to continue following on the negative side of life just because you've been on the negative side of life. You are allowed to change, ask for forgiveness, and behave differently. And I hope Justin hears that message, because that's exactly where he needs to focus his energy so that he knows he can move forward. Now, Mercury retrograde is fascinating. Anything retrograde brings 20/20 hindsight to it, okay? But Mercury retrograde is a spiritual point in the chart where the thinking comes to a position where they're going to think materialistically or they're going to think spiritually. And then you kind of layer it with the sign of Aquarius, okay? So this is inspired thinking, lyrical thinking, and it's being squared right now by Taurus, okay? By your transiting Uranus in Taurus, squaring it. So this is a lot of unexpected thinking and circumstances, Taurus throat chakra, in what we didn't speak up about pertaining to Justin Bieber. Now, what I love when I look at his chart is I love that he has Capricorn on the second house. I love that he has Neptune and Uranus conjunct in the second house. There is probably a love for the esoteric or metaphysic or occult, and the love of music at the same time. Television, music, performance. Perfect. Perfection. Now, if you look at his ascendant, I was blown away by this. Just absolutely, because he doesn't strike me like that. But now that I see the ascendant, I'm like, I can see. The Pisces will hide. The water signs will hide. So he's a double water sign. He's a Scorpio rising, okay? 29 degrees Scorpio rising. Holy shit, with Sagittarius in the first house. So there is that combination of I work underneath the logical and the physical reality of this world, and I work with the manipulation of energy. Why? Because all you Scorpio risings, I don't care who you are out there, are mother dominated. I use that word. Doesn't mean your mother's bad or anything like that. It means the focus in the family and the way that you were raised was energetically connected to the mother's thinking. Can be divorce, can be that the father worked too much, but Scorpio rising is a person who learned how to walk the veil between the dimension of earth, logical, practical, everything you touch, tangible, and the undercurrent of energy on this planet, which is the astral, the spiritual, the metaphysical. They learn that from their mother, and it can be in very normal circumstances. It doesn't have to be because you're famous or you're this or you're a practitioner. It's literally they watched the mother and they learned how she manipulated underneath the current to get her needs met, whatever they were. It could be as simple as, getting your day-to-day needs met. It doesn't have to be anything hugely big. So the Scorpio rising person learns very early on what manipulation is. Now take the word manipulation and look at it. We have the earth and what is good, and then we have the dark side and what is bad, what is hidden from the light. The Scorpio rising wanders between the two, learning the good and the bad. So they will often experience all the way up from, dive bars, homelessness, anything horrific you can think of. The Scorpio rising will have friends or put themselves in that experience in order to understand how to walk the energy between what they've been taught and raised in and then what they've experienced. So it's quite an interesting energy. Now his is at 29. That's a whole hell of a lot of Scorpio rising energy. That is not something I wish, and it's something that's happening right now to him. What I find interesting, even more so, is that we have his ruling planet on his ascendant. Now, they're all coming in right now for him, and I'm going to tell you this. I've been feeling this for a couple of days. I'm going to totally sideswipe the reading before I finish his ascendant, but because I have to, I'm freezing. Okay, so there is many a person who has passed away on the other side, and they are just, it's amazing. They are just waking up themselves, as in the public is just waking up. Obviously, some people knew ahead of time. Some people have always known. This is a given with people in the general population. But those on the other side that were shut down, who comes to mind is Amy Winehouse right now. Those who were shut down energetically and taken off the planet too early and basically forced into another dimension are literally very focused on what's happening right now, because it is the recognition of what happened to them on a soul level. Now with Justin, immediately, because this room is full of people here, and I don't even know who they all are. I'm assuming some are his relatives. People are silent.
You see how she said that? And I thought about that too when she said, I'm getting cold. And the crazy thing is, you could literally tell, like, as she's saying that she's feeling the energy of his ancestors pretty much giving her the extra information that she's receiving right now. And what Cherie Purnell is saying, I think it's pronounced clairaudient. Those are people that pretty much can hear things in waves and frequencies in between our normal optics of actual hearing. They can catch on to kinetic energy better than we can, than the average person. Let me see. So it says, it's like, to be clairaudience is essentially the ability to hear in a paranormal manner as opposed to paranormal seeing and feeling. So pretty much she can see and feel and hear the afterlife. She can feel that type of energy and latch onto it and connect to it. That's pretty much what. Thank you so much for sharing that as well, Cherie.
For him and wanting him to be successful. I got a very strong, clear image as I'm talking to you of choking on, I throw up. I'm choking on, like, overdose, choking on my vomit, okay? Aspirating, that's the word I'm looking for. I feel like we're going to go into the drug addiction thing with him.
See? This is where she starts to go down exactly what she's pretty much saying what's going to happen to him. And what do we just see with him doing in the studio? The tweaking part.
Strong right now. And so I feel like he needs prayer, and I'm being dead serious. I feel like he needs prayer to raise his energy up, because there is a battle for him. It's very interesting. I don't know what he holds the key to, and I'm being serious when I say it. There's many people that have been abused by the same mentors that he was abused by, but he holds the key to something, and they don't want it spoken about. And he's tried to speak about it before, and he was shut down when he went with that, I think it's Hillsong or Hillside Church, whatever the name of that place is. Anyway, getting back to his ascendant. Ascendant is 29 degrees. The ruling planet is in the 12th. Last lifetime, jailed for the same thing. And what I mean by jailed is on a soul level, karmically bound and brought back into this life.
That's why he's not able to speak right now. If you notice, you barely hear Justin do interviews right now because he barely can talk. And they try to blame it on the disease, but it's not that. It's what she's saying right now. He's pretty much not able to because they shut his soul down.
So this is the second lifetime that Justin has spent where he has been some sort of celebrity musically, and he has had to deal with the manipulation of this energy. And his life path at this point, he's a 9, is to end this cycle, okay? He's also a dog in Chinese. And apparently a pine tree in Celtic. I didn't know that, but that's just something I read. I don't usually do that. Anyway, I like the pine tree because Jesus was cleansed by the pine oil. So I like that. I like that for him. I like the pine tree. So he's a dog in Chinese, but he's a 9, okay? He's a 9, a level 9. That's extreme. That is not an easy life. That is ending every which way you go along. His moon is in the sign of Libra in the 11th house of Aquarius, which is pretty detached, very artistic, and also carries a lot. It's anger laden. It carries a lot of anger with it. So people with a Libra moon can have a lot of issues with anger and not know how to express themselves. They really maybe don't know how to do it. Now, when I look at Justin's chart, I see the nodal axis, okay? North node is in Scorpio. South node is in Taurus. This is crazy, crazy. Okay, so his energy is very much between the material and the spiritual. He has to learn how to move through that. Okay, he has to learn how to do it. He has Saturn squaring his ascendant, so that karma squares him. Moon squaring Uranus. Very unhinged emotional nature from the women in his life. Any women. If he has a daughter, gonna be her. Mother, her. Grandmother, her. Wife, her. Doesn't matter. Female co-workers, them. Very kind of unhinged. Pluto is conjunct the ascendant and conjunct the north node. So conjuncting Pluto on the ascendant says, you must change or we will kill you with some disastrous thing. So I look at Pluto on the ascendant. When it's coming from the 12th, that's even scarier for me. I have it in the first. I prefer it in the first. I do not want it coming hidden from the 12th. You don't know.
And Bison, what's going on?
The unsteady ground you're walking on until you walk on it and you got a sinkhole and you start flying down the sinkhole and then you have to think on your feet, which is exactly where I think that he is. He also has Mars square Pluto. That is a lot of violence directed at somebody. He has a T square and he also has a stellium, as we talked about. You can add the 2 Aquarius planets to the stellium. Some do, some don't. Meaning they're out of sign, but within 10 degrees, but not a 3-degree orb. The T-square is Saturn. It's the ascendant, Chiron, and Pluto. This means in order to heal the child in him, because of Chiron.
I forgot. I knew it was somebody in here. New Eyes. It's you. You into astrology. I knew it was somebody. I kept saying to myself, like, somebody in the damn chat is very up on astrology in here. They just not saying it. But it's New Eyes. I remember it was you before that enlightened us on a few different things of astrology.
Healer. In order to heal that, he has to let go of who he was. Pluto, rebirth. Remember, Pluto and Scorpio are the only ones that can reinvent themselves in so many different directions that we don't even have a clue. So what I feel is going on with Justin at the moment. Now let's go back to that Mercury retrograde that he was born with. Let's go back to that. The Mercury retrograde in your natal chart 100% and absolutely brings you to a position of spiritual attunement. Now, because it's in Aquarius and Pluto is going to run up, not in his lifetime because it's like, well, it will be if he doesn't leave soon. But anyway, in his lifetime, okay, late 20, 30 years from now, actually 2047, I think, Pluto stays in Aquarius. So it's going to stay in his Mars and his Mercury sign. So we have Pluto jumping back after the election out of Capricorn into Aquarius. The focus on his life-changing events is going to be strong and dominant in the way that he communicates. He has a chance as a victim slash person who participates to rectify all of that by moving his energy to truth. Pluto does not destroy when you speak truth. When you speak truth, Pluto rises and brings to a level of acceptance where you can move down a different path. So it is in the truth. Now let's go back to that. Okay, let's just literally go back to that. When he has his next birthday, oh man, the repercussions of his actions are going to come out sixfold. Now, my concern for him, here is my concern for him. My concern for him is that he doesn't know who his friends are. He doesn't know who his family is. He obviously does, but he doesn't know. Who are open-ended enemies? I'm really worried about that for him because the open-ended enemies are coming for him. And because he knows and he sees and he tried to say. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Regardless of who does what on this planet, to what degree of evil or what degree of fun, anybody can be forgiven when they speak the truth. Now, let's go back to the initial truth. Justin was a victim as a child, and here's why he was a victim. in my opinion, from the energy I'm feeling. And again, I get a bunch of people connected to this. I know we say Usher, I know we say P. Diddy and any other manager or agent that he's had in his life. However, I go back to the higher ups in the industry. Obviously, we know the Clive Davis, we know all of the music company management companies. But I go to Elton John, I go to Usher, I go to L.A. Reid, I go to P. Diddy, and these are the beginning. These people are targeted. They are targeted because, okay, so how do I want to word this? It's a form of vampiring. I don't even know how to say this without sounding nuts, but it's a form of vampiring, but not the way that vampires have been presented in the public, like Dracula and all those people. It's not that. It's energetic vampiring, and it's not like an energy vampire either. These kids are put into positions when they are vulnerable and young, and they want to create what God has given them, a singing voice, an ability to create something, a presence, a charisma, a way of speaking, a way of helping. They want that energy because they can't do it. So they attach spores through the abuse. That's how I'm going to word it. I call it spores. Think of a dandelion and all the spores going. Think of abuse and think of the spores going into the body and hooking into the different energy centers known as chakras or just energy frequencies or meridians in the body. That is how I'm going to word it. Once they get into you, they can harness that energy. These people are playing on the astral level. My major concern between November and March for Justin is that more and more will come out, and the direction or reflection that reflects back from the mirror to him is so problematic that there could be an increase, and I'm going to say it, drug abuse and overdosing type of circumstances. It will be by accident, and it will be like Aaron Carter, Whitney Houston.
Y'all just literally said his name earlier. Y'all literally just said it was going to be like Aaron Carter. Y'all literally just said it was going to be like Aaron Carter. And just, of course, to, further confirm what she is saying, his birthday is March 1st. It just passed. We just passed his birthday last month. And when was that video recorded? March 29th. That video we just watched of him tweaking out was March 29th. 29 days after his birthday.
Oh, look, they overdosed. But did they overdose, or did somebody spike what it is they're taking, causing an overdose? Just because you smoke a joint, take a pill, does not mean you're expecting to die from that particular thing. So is it laced with something, as is the case of Prince? Is it laced with something? Or is it the case of Michael Jackson, where it's laced with something deliberately and suddenly you're not watching and the person passes away? Is that what's going on? Now we're going blurry. Now we're back. Justin is being rooted for and applauded on the other side because he has the chance to make it right for himself. And I feel he is both participant but victim from the beginning. And that can happen. That can happen. Sometimes you just can't fight it. Sometimes you are bullied and harassed and forced into situations by people that are called mentors. Mentors is the wrong word. Mentor, as I'm saying that, mentor is a horrible word.
Whenever her camera do that, the energy around her is super fucking strong. It's crazy how in the same statement that she's talking about his ancestors are cheering him on for him to come through, and then she starts talking about the mentor emphasizing it. Those ancestors are angry.
Is the word mentor? Think of a different word. Teacher. Mentor means abuser to me. I've heard it so much in the industry when it comes to older men with younger boys, when the boys were on the street, that when I hear it, I go nuts. So go to Elton John when you're talking about Beiber. Go to Elton John. Go all the way down the history, the lineage of the music industry, and ask yourself, who partakes in what and who orchestrates and orders what? And what happened? And why are these marriages so arranged? Because they're arranged. Now, Justin carries with him the shames and the sins of the father, whatever that means in the family history. Might not mean much, but just lineage with the Saturn conjuncting the sun. The sins of the father, all the way down. And he has a chance to stop it with his chart. He has a phenomenal chart of power if he allows that power to come through, if he allows it to come through. So my concern for Justin is that he doesn't feel he can ever recover. Now, this was something I learned as a kid. When you take a kid out of high school, and young kid out of high school, 13, 14, and they date an older boy, and that boy is really trying to get them into some sort of sex work, okay? By telling them, you're going to be a model, I'm going to take pictures of you, whatever it is. Put musician in there, put model, put actor, put whatever you want. When they do that, and the person does these acts in order to get the career that they want because they don't have their frontal lobes developed, and they get the career that they want, they also carry the fact that they feel they cannot go back to who they were because they have been marked. So they feel marked on an energetic level. And that is where Justin, look at this shit on this video. That is where, I'm staying blurred. I hate this when this happens. Oh God. Okay, I'm coming back in. All right, it drives me nuts. I'm in a train of thought and it blurs out. Justin is at this point where he feels as though he cannot come back from what he's done. I want him to know he can. He needs to pray right now. Get on his hands and knees and beg for assistance and prayer to bring him out of his thinking, because his thinking is going to lead him down the wrong road. It is between November and his birthday in March, and it's probably the 8-week time frame, so that's 2 months after his birthday. And then I'm kind of hitting a wall with his energy. I feel like he needs our prayers, and I feel like he needs to be elevated, really elevated at this time. Super elevated. You don't know the half of it. He's been trying to speak out on it, and he is bullied. He's a bully. If you are a mother of a young entertainer, don't hand them over. You have to know as a female, I'm a female, and I've always known this, you don't give your kid over to strange people because they're famous. And least of all, men. And you sure shit don't give custody. We're going back to Steven Tyler and that girl that her parents gave him like, what are you giving a musician custody for? What do you think they want to do to your child? Better them? No. So when we're looking at Justin Bieber, Usher was given custody of him. Nobody should be going to an Usher show. Nobody should be doing that. Nobody. Stop supporting these people and the liquor companies that support them, because they're all owned by liquor companies. Why liquor companies? Because liquor is accepted in this country as a relaxation thing, and it opens portals in the body. That's the reality of it. So if we have a company supporting somebody like Usher, liquor company, then we're okaying it. So we're getting the people two ways. Stop supporting him. He took custody of Justin Bieber. What kind of person does that? And I'm being serious. I'm a mother. I have kids. I have grandkids. I'm being serious. And then he gave custody. So Usher, who ended up injured from Diddy, allegedly, gave custody of Justin Bieber to Diddy to harm. Nobody who does that should be making a penny off our backs.
And that's why I said what I said about the family. Like, Justin's passing is going to be more relieving than anything for a lot of people that actually care about him, because he'll be free from all this torment that his family has put him through.
And Justin needs prayer to raise him up and to speak regardless of what he's done. It can be forgiven because he is a victim of circumstance, parental and otherwise, all the way throughout his life. So this entire planet has been hijacked by good and evil, and he's in the middle of it. But I worry for him. So 2 months after his birthday, March, April, May, That's the time frame. So November to May, it's in that 6-month period. All right, y'all, that is my first video on Justin Bieber. I just had to get it out of my head, so I got it out of my head. That's the time frame. So November to May, it's in that 6-month period.
All right, so it's April. She said May. May is also when Diddy goes to court. That was another thing somebody caught. This video was done 6 months ago. Yes, as above, so below. The crazy thing is, like, I do feel safe around her too, Cherie. Like, she has a very warm, motherly energy to her as well. And on her lives, you get that as well from her. I don't like how she's just.
All right, y'all.
Okay, I didn't like how she was. Her eyes just closed like that. But yeah, on her lives, I've been to some of her lives too, where she's not really into talking about a lot of the industry shit. She'll talk about it because the comments will ask her to talk about some shit, but for the most part, she just talks about her family when she does her regular lives. So for the most part, she really just talks about her family and things going on in her regular life, which I love to hear about that. Just her regular happiness. Liquor is calm spirits for a reason. Yes, and I've been thinking about just lessening my intake of that. I know I'm grown and can drink and whatnot, but it's like just that thought of, or should I say, the actual knowledge of it being an actual being called a spirit for a reason. I think that's what she was trying to say. Liquor is called spirits for a reason. I think the auto corrected that. It's all right though. But yes, liquor is called spirits for a reason. And I've been thinking about lessening my intake for the simple fact that liquor can be opening you up to spirits. It can definitely open you up to spirits in a negative way, in a very bad way. I believe certain liquor has demonic energy attached to it. Certain liquors have demonic energy attached to it. You stopped drinking 30 years ago? Good for you. Good for you. Good for you there. And it's also, it dehydrates the body a lot. It dehydrates the body a lot. I think that's why the black community, it gets sold to the black community so much. Or should I say popularized to the black community so much, because they want us to be inhabited by those negative and bad energy spirits. The evil energy of the spirits. Especially if you look at what happens to our youth, I guarantee majority of that is off either a pill or some liquor. You have never heard somebody go on a shooting spree off weed. The weed made that nigga put the gun down. Sorry to laugh, make a joke out, but yeah, the weed made him put the gun down. The pill and the alcohol did not. The pill and the alcohol said, do it. Mary Jane will say, hey man, take another pull, man. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And that's why she's saying that they're pretty much emphasizing that, or should I say, they're pretty much readying him right now for that overdose to happen to him. They're saying that Justin Bieber, she's saying that Justin Bieber is pretty much going to have some type of overdose happen within these next couple of weeks to a month. Like I said, this video was done 6 months ago. This is one of those times where even when we watched the video together, when this video premiered, I could not help but get it and shared it with you guys that same night, I believe, and said, yo, we need to, because she hasn't been wrong. And this is one of those times where we both, I think me and her both want to be wrong about this. Because you still care for the person. But unfortunately, like I said, you can see the signs that they're definitely readying Justin to pass.